Coaches and athletes have influence. And the never-changing message within the Fellowship of Christian Athletes is the gospel of Jesus Christ, His love for humanity, and our responsibility to let others know about Him.
FCA is experiencing growth like we've never seen before.
The influence that you're having on these kids and these athletes and coaches.
And they're going to affect the community for generations.
We're going to the ball fields. We're going to the courts.
And that's what's so powerful about the FCA.
We go to where the coaches and athletes are.
Greetings, teammates. I pray you are well. Welcome to another Motivational Monday, where we like to provide a teaching of Jesus Christ and present a challenge to live out during the week. It's March 26th, and it's Holy Week. I'm Tim Morton with SE Michigan FCA, and I'm honored to be with you this morning. The verse that's providing the teaching today is from the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 21, and it reads, "At that time he rejoiced in the Holy Spirit and said, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and intelligent and revealed them to infants. Yes, Father, because this was your good pleasure." You see, Jesus knew that his time was short before his crucifixion and that there were still many villages that needed to hear his message. Using an analogy of a ripe field of grain, Jesus explained why he felt an increased sense of urgency about his work. Jesus commanded them to go with a certain type of heart, trusting God and not seeking to abuse or manipulate others. Jesus gives them specific guidelines for the ministry, for what they were to do and say. They returned with great joy at what they had seen done through the power of the authority Jesus had given them. Jesus was genuinely excited. Literally, the ancient Greek says he was thrilled with joy. Jesus' joy made him break out into prayer, and he praised God the Father for his wisdom, for his plan, and for his own unique relationship with God the Father. Jesus rejoiced that unlikely people were taught of God and used by him. The infants were the 70, the simple believers who received the real wisdom from the revelation of God. He had sent the simple because of the wise of this world would never understand to go out as lambs among wolves. My challenge question to you and to myself is, are we making the principles of Jesus' commission to these simple 70 our own? If we were, we would do the work knowing how big the job is. If we were, we would do the work knowing that we have a key job. If we were, we would do the work with a lot of prayer. If we were, we would go and do the work. If we were, we would do the work making ourselves vulnerable and letting God be our strength. If we were, we would do without reliance upon anything except the gospel and the power of God. If we were, we would do the work with not allowing distractions to hinder the work. If we were, we would do the work expecting that God would bring help and provision. If we were, we would do the work not getting caught up in petty arguments. Guilty of that. If we were, we would do the work looking to minister to the whole person with the power of God. If we were, we would do the work preaching that the King and his kingdom are near. If we were, and we were doing the work, we wouldn't waste our time on those that are rejecting the gospel. If we were, we would do the work remembering who we represent. And finally, if we were, we would do the work expecting God to do more than we expect. That's the challenge this week. Now go and run the play. God bless.